Hi everyone, I'm Angela. Welcome and welcome back to Angela's Fashion Mix. Happy Sunday, and I hope you've had a fantastic day. Thank you for joining me. If you are new, I appreciate your time. And while you're here, if you find value, go ahead and subscribe, like, and share the videos. I thank you all that are sharing. I really appreciate that. I thank you for the growth that you're helping me have. And I look forward to sharing a lot more content with you. So today I'm sharing a few items from Amazon with regard to bags, and I'm also finishing up the series on body types. So typically when I'm shopping, I carry a crossbody bag. I need my hands to be free. So I kind of been looking for something a bit neutral, something a little bit bigger, but still could wear as a crossbody bag that I could put stuff in. And I think I found it. We're going to find out over time. I have a crossbody, a backpack, and a tote. And I'll have links to each of them in the description box. So I realized that when I was in Charlotte, more so because I had a few more pieces to carry, that the crossbody bag I was wearing was not necessarily my best option. So when I had this opportunity, I thought I would focus on getting some additional pieces, and one being a bag that I can primarily use for when I'm out and about. And this is one that I found, and this is the first one. It's a nice leather. I love the color. You know, I love this color in fall as well, but I do love the color. I think it's going to be a nice one for summer, but I like the depth on the bag. I like that, and I like that it has two pockets, one on each side on the outside, and it's roomy on the interior. And also it has a pocket here, and it also has a zippered pocket as well, and it has a snap enclosure, so it snaps right here so things shouldn't fall out. So it does have a couple of straps, and it comes with this style. It's adjustable and just hooks there on the side. So I'm going to try that one first. So it can be worn like so, and I think that's a good length, but I can also shorten it a bit. If I wanted to add a couple of extra holes, I could do that and make it even shorter. But I think it's going to be fine with the placement of the current holes, and I can easily just reach in. I do like the size of it. I think it's just the right size for shopping. So to carry my day-to-day things, but also just be comfortable enough. It's not bulky, and I do like the style. Absolutely love the color. So that is nice. It also has a second strap, and that one is shorter and a much thicker handle. And that could also be very nice. The other thing I like about the hooks there is that they are swivel. So that is what the strap looks like on that. Now, being much shorter, it can be carried like this or just by the handle. So either way, I think it's going to be a nice option. But I'll probably use the strap more often. So that is bag number one. So I really do like that. I think that I'm going to get a lot of wear out of that. So for bag number two, it's a backpack. So I have never used a backpack, so I wanted to try that and see what that's going to be like. So let me show that to you. So we know what backpacks look like, but I'm going to show this one. So this is how this looks. It has adjustable straps, which is going to be nice. It also has zippers that can zip from either side. And this is what the interior compartment looks like. Quite roomy. And there are also pockets there. A couple of pockets. So that's going to hold quite a bit. And on this side, there is another pocket that zips. It actually has a tassel as well. And then a pocket about that deep. It's not the full length of the bag. It's going to stop right about here. So it has a pocket on each side there. It's great for water bottles and things like that. And the handle. So it feels good. It's a soft leather. And this also comes with a strap. So these are going to hook here on the sides. And again, they swivel. So that's a nice feature. So this could also be carried on the shoulder if you wanted to do that. I do like that there's an option with regard to how it's carried. So it could be a backpack or it could just be a shoulder bag. So that's nice. And that's what the strap looks like. Very durable. So I do like, there's no stretch or anything, but I do like that. And I like the color of the hardware. So that's nice. I do overall like the look of the bag. And it's pretty lightweight, which is great. Because once you start to add your things, you're not going to have a whole lot of weight to carry. So that's what that backpack looks like. I'll have the link in the description box with all of the details there. So that is that. And finally, something I've put off for a while getting, just been kind of looking around. So I thought I'd give this one a try. And it's a duffel bag. I like the color combination. I'm true to this camel color. I like that in all year round. And so I saw it in this color and I thought that was nice. It has a pocket here on the back side. And that would probably be great for a small fold-up umbrella. And it has a dual zipper, so it can zip from one side and then again from the other side. I like that, so you don't have to always hunt for a zipper. And quite roomy, just your basic duffel bag opening there. But it also has a zippered pocket on the interior. And on the opposite side, it has two pockets there. Be a great place to put your phone or some other toiletries or something like that. But I like the size of it. And also, it has a zipper bottom. And the bottom is waterproof. So if you need to put your umbrella or shoes or anything like that, that might have some dampness to it, I think that'll be nice. So I do like that feature. I do like the detail, like that, and I love the details here. And the straps can be snapped together and just pick up both straps at the same time. I do love the look of the bag. I also have this one linked below. And it also comes with a strap. And that's going to make it easy to carry. And I like how this one attaches. You just pull back the little hook there and it clamps. It clamps onto the hook. I like that. That's nice. It has the adjustable strap. So we can definitely make it shorter. So that's good. I like it. I like that. I think this is a great travel companion. It's a nice overnight bag. But I think you could probably get 2 or 3 days in here depending on how you pack it. But I think this is a nice option. Again, these are all from Amazon. So if you need travel bags, take a look at these. They'll all be listed in the description box with the information as well as any pricing. A great way for you to acquire something new for the travel season, for summer, for vacation, or just to go away for a couple of days. So let's get into the last body shape in the series. I've gone through the inverted triangle, I've gone through the triangle, the rectangle, the apple shape, and today I'm talking about the hourglass. The hourglass shape is one of those types that people will pay good money to try to achieve, where others have it very naturally. But even having it naturally, there is a way also to dress the hourglass body type. So the description for the hourglass body type, typically you find a little bit fuller chest. The shoulder width and the hip width is going to be about the same. So the standout here is the smaller waist. So you want to find ways to accent, bring attention to the waist, and by doing so, it's going to make the shoulders appear a bit wider, make the hips appear a bit wider, but in cinching the waist, there's going to be more of a balance between the top and the bottom. So there was a song back in the late 70s, maybe early 80s called Brick House. And in that song, they talked about the dimensions of a woman being 36, 24, 36. That was the thing to try to achieve back in that day. Somewhere along the way, somebody made the 36, 24, 36 be the ideal configuration for the hourglass shape. However, if you're trying to dress the hourglass shape, I'm going to be sharing some things to consider with regard to where to put your focus and trying to create that look or try to maintain that look. I've never heard anyone say, I want a large waistline. Most people are going to say, I'm trying to get a smaller waistline. The hourglass shape typically has that already. So ways to accentuate that, of course, is going to be with a belt. That's going to be probably the easiest thing to do to bring attention to that area. If you don't accentuate the waist, you can potentially take on a boxier look because there'd be no definition, even though the shoulders and the hips are going to be close in proximity to width. Without defining the waist, the garments can kind of maybe take on a little bit of a boxy or a little bit of a shapeless form. So bringing attention to the waist here is a great thing to do. You're going to want to wear pieces that are going to accent the curves, not be tight, but hug the body so that you're showing off the width of the shoulders, showing off the waistline, and showing off the hips. So, and those areas working in conjunction with each other are going to definitely showcase the hourglass figure. When it comes to necklines, you want to showcase the area with a scoop neck or with a sweetheart neckline. And you can also, again, bring in the V-neck. The V-neck is going to draw the eye vertically, and that's going to elongate the body. With regard to tops, you can, of course, bring those necklines into play, but the kinds of tops that are going to be perfect for the hourglass, now you're going to bring that surplice style or that wrap style top in because it is going to accent the waist. You can bring in your belted tops. You can bring in the peplum top here, and you can also bring in a fitted top. Now, the thing with the peplum top, depending on, you may want to be careful with the fullness on the peplum. You want something that's to just drape over the hips versus something that may flare off of the hips. We're not necessarily trying to add any layers or fullness to the hip area. We're trying to just accent it. So something that's going to lay across the top and drop off is going to be your best option when it comes to the peplum. And here you're also going to want to tuck in the shirt or your top into your bottoms. By doing so, that is going to accentuate the waistline. When it comes to sleeves, now the idea here is that you wear sleeves that are going to be a little bit more fitted so that there is no competition between the arms, especially here in the upper arm. There is no competition between here and the waist. You don't want anything to make it look like one thing across your body. You want to have some distinction. And by having a more fitted sleeve, you're going to create that look. Now, of course, as a sleeve gets wider and you want to bring some definition to the wrist, that's a great option because the eye is going to fall below the waistline. So if you have a fitted sleeve or if you have something that flares out a little bit, you can still do that, but then you want to have a little bit of a cuff or something that's going to drop below where your eye would fall at the waistline. We're not necessarily trying to add any volume to the upper part of the body. So if you're wearing flared sleeves that are shorter, that may do just that because it may give you a wider visual here with a shorter sleeve. So you may want to pay attention to the length of your sleeve when it comes to fullness. So let's talk about skirts. Your skirt should have a waistband of some sort. And here's where a pencil skirt is going to be a really good option because it already has a shape to it. It has a curved shape to it and it's going to fall along the body and help maintain those curves that you're trying to showcase. If you're putting on a pencil type skirt and it has a little bit of a flare on the bottom, that's a good style to have. But you just don't want anything too long, because then that can kind of make you start to look boxy. So you want to keep the flare on the skirt a little bit shorter and the length of the skirt a little bit shorter if you are short. And of course, you can wear paneled skirts, the skirts that have multiple pieces that go around the body. Back in the day when I was learning to sew, and this is a term I heard from my mom as well, it says those panels were called gourds. So if you're wearing a panel skirt, that's a nice option for you. It's going to give you a little bit of fit, and it's going to hug the body a little bit. When it comes to pants, you're going to want to stick with pants or jeans that's going to give you a high rise, because that's going to accentuate the waist and it's going to create more of a curve on the hip. That's going to be much more flattering. You can wear a wide leg pant, but fit it in the hip and then allow that pant to flare off of the leg, and that's going to be a nice look for you. If you're a bit shorter, you may have to play with this style a little bit with regard to flare, because you don't want the style of the pant to make you look even shorter. If you wear shorts, then the Bermuda style is going to be a nice style. I absolutely love that style in summer, as well as a tapered style. And for jumpsuits, jumpsuits are going to be a nice option here because they typically will follow the curves of the body and they have more of a defined waist. And of course, you can always add a belt with a one piece. For dresses, now this is where you're going to have a bit more balance top to bottom, and it's already built in. You don't have to do anything specific. The dress is going to fit the bust, it's going to accentuate the waist, and it's also going to elongate the body. And some styles that are going to work well in doing so is a sheath. So the sheath style is going to give you a little bit of an accent at the waist. It's going to fall along the lines of the body and also come in a variety of different styles, but a great option for being able to showcase the waistline and not be super fitted on the waist. The sheath is going to give you a little bit of room there at the waistline. The wrap style is going to be a great option here. We've seen the wrap style dress in several of the other body types. It's also going to be a great option here for the hourglass. So another great style that we've seen in the past few years is the slip dress. And if you are open to wearing a slip dress, it is a great option. So if you're not comfortable in a slip dress, you can wear dresses or skirts for that matter that are cut on the bias, meaning that when the fabric is laid out, it is cut diagonally. So what that does is creates a drape along the body, and it gives a lot of movement, and that is a very flattering style as well for the hourglass. When it comes to jackets, now you all know I love a blazer, and the thing about blazers is that you want a style that's going to give you more of a rounded shoulder. We don't want to necessarily bring any attention to our shoulders, so having sharp edges here may not be as flattering. This is where you may want to get into alterations so that you get a good fit that's going to fit the shoulders, it's going to taper at the waist and fall along the hip to create that hourglass. And with blazers as well as jackets, that's a great way to do that. Just get them altered, spend the money. It's going to serve you well, and it's going to create the kind of look that you're going to want to have long term. And of course, you can wear belted blazers or belted coats or jackets to again accentuate the waist. And for coats, the moto style jacket has been very popular for the past several years. It's been around for a long time, but it has been more popular in the past few years. And that's a great option because it falls at the waist. So a few things to remember here with the hourglass is that you're going to want to create a balance head to toe. Keep the symmetry between the shoulders and the hips and accent the waist. That's going to create that 36, 24, 36 that we remember from the 70s and 80s. And that is going to be your hourglass figure. I'll also mention prints here. You're not going to want to wear stripes that are really wide. You may want to stick with stripes that have a bit more of a thinning appearance, because the wider stripes, if they get a bit too wide or too bold, it's going to make you look wider, and that is not the goal. So if you're going to wear stripes, you can wear stripes a little bit thinner. Also, with regard to horizontal stripes here, Of course, we know horizontal stripes are going to widen, so you may want to be careful with horizontal stripes. And finally, I will mention this space again. It's shapewear and foundation garments. With the hourglass shape, probably more than some others, the clothes top to bottom are typically a little more fitted because they're defining the hourglass shape. So having the proper foundations is going to hide those things that we want to hide underneath our clothes. We're looking for smooth finishes because the clothes are hugging the body. So you want to make sure that your undergarments and your foundation pieces are there and in place, that these pieces lay to the body and give you the look that you're trying to achieve for your hourglass figure. So if you are that 36, 24, 36, more power to you, because that is a challenge to maintain, I think, for most people. But if the shape is there, ultimately, we want to look good in what we wear. We want it to look appropriate for us. We're all trying to get to that space that we are finding the clothes that work for our body types, looking good in those clothing, and feeling good in the process. Can we wear pieces that are not a part of our body types? I say absolutely yes. Because we don't want to feel like, well, I can't wear that top because, or I can't wear that skirt because. You can wear those things. Wear those things. If they bring you joy, wear them. However, I do believe that most of what we have in our closet should be for our body type, because I believe that that is going to make us wear what we have. We're going to look good in what we have, and therefore we're going to feel good in what we wear. So yes, stick to your body type, but also explore and have fun with other things as well. I do hope you enjoyed the video today. I thank you for watching. If you have not already, go ahead and subscribe, like, and share. Have a great start to the rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.